black people, I hope you're paying attention. I'm saying black in quotation marks because I believe a majority, if not at least 60% of the people that are black in this country are really native to this land. Follow me for just a second. Yes, the transatlantic slave trade was real, but to say that they brought over 12 to 15 million people way back when on them old ass boats on that long ass journey, I think is a bit of a stretch. And we all know that the common image of the Native American that we see today is not the same Native American that Columbus and his boys encountered when they hit these shores. That's very well documented in their own diaries. Now, I'm no historian, and this is where I get a little fuzzy, but I am aware of laws or acts that were passed back in the 16 and 1700s that effectively labeled native tribes as Negro on paper, probably the darker ones, which effectively stripped them of their heritage and the land. This is still being done today when we label communities Afro-Cuban or Afro-Dominican. Because if you can connect them to a foreign land, then that's like saying they're not really indigenous to this land. All of this is also why I think they will never address the conversation of reparations. Because reparations would require people to get tested to see what their ancestry is. There are also a lot more black people that are getting tested on their own accord to try to determine what their true ancestry is. So what does this have to do with Blackstone acquiring ancestry? And by the way, don't be confused between Blackstone and Black Rock. They're basically two branches off of the same tree. Well, the implications of a Rothschild, majority Rothschild-owned company owning Americans' DNA is scary enough to think about. But if black people were to start getting tested and they came back as Native American, then they would owe black people a lot more than 40 acres and a dusty-ass mule. Just think about that for a second.